Coming up on Coasting Through Asia, it's our final park of Taiwan, but not by choice.
There's a typhoon coming our way.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And much like Discovery World, we have the park all to ourselves.
I've not seen a single other guest.
Since literally nobody else is here today, the only way to get any off-ride footage of this thing is to just send Taylor around a bunch of times.
I just slammed my head on the last turn. This thing's nasty.
That is the worst B&M I've ever done.
At least this one's better. Here we go on Fake Oblivion.
The setting here is insanely cool. This is nuts.
And it's all coming up next.
Welcome everyone to Janfusun Fancyworld, what is likely our final theme park here in Taiwan.
Wow, that's sad. But yeah
not what we wanted. If you watched the two previous vlogs, there's a typhoon coming our way.
Yeah.
And so we had to cut our visit here short, and we're actually flying to Hong Kong earlier than expected, which cool that we'll have a bit more time in that region, but sad because we're gonna more than likely miss Formosan Aboriginal Village and the EDA theme park.
I mean, coaster-wise, like, our biggest priority here was, Gravity Max. And then I'd say after that was probably the two big B&Ms here. So, like, obviously it stinks that we're gonna miss some stuff, but at least we're getting, like, I would say, like, the highest priority things done.
Yeah, honestly, the biggest loss would be the Vekoma Big Air Coaster at the EDA theme park.
I would argue the biggest loss for me is some of the sightseeing we were going to do at the bottom of Taiwan. But,
True. Yeah, it's okay. So we're getting here about 2 o'clock because we just came over from Discovery World, so hopefully you've already watched that vlog. We weren't planning on doing 2 theme parks in the same day, but Discovery World was a lot smaller than we were expecting, and also it was a complete ghost town. And frankly, from seeing the parking lot of this place, I don't think this park's going to be busy either.
I don't know. I know we have to go up this escalator, but I don't know if we have to take like a train to get to the park, because there's like a thing like right over here. It's very confusing.
I don't know, but this park has huge mountains on one side of it, and as we were driving up, you could see just like how the rides are positioned on top of the mountain. That is so cool.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. Let's go inside and see what we can get on.
So it looks like some of the rides will be closing at 4:30, but it also says that some will stop running at 4. So go play a little guessing game.
Yeah, we have no idea which. Here's our park map. So we're starting here at the bottom, and it looks like we actually have quite a bit to do here. There's that massive Ferris wheel we can see as we're driving up, and then this would be the Oblivion clone, and then that would be the Floorless coaster. Not the rubber ducks on the side. What? So right when you arrive, we have a giant bull statue, okay, and some steps leading up to what I'm assuming is the main gift shop. And it looks like there's another escalator up over here. Dude, I know Taiwan has a thing for characters, but like, some of these are just, I don't know, kind of scary looking. What are these? Oh my gosh. Up we go. Round 2. Again, more ducks. They're everywhere. What does it mean?
Ducks? I don't know. I don't think there's a deeper meaning. I think they just like ducks.
So far, this theme park has reminded me a lot of like a nature park. There's just lots of foliage everywhere, and everything seems pretty well landscaped. Look at this. This is beautiful.
No, it is beautiful. Like, really, really pretty.
I'm impressed so far. Yeah, the landscaping of this park is just so clearly well kept, which is a nice change of pace from Discovery World, which looks like it hasn't been kept up in years.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Although, we just took 2 very nice escalator rides to get up here, and now I gotta hike uphill.
Yeah, they need another escalator. As we're walking around, I've not seen a single other guest Wait a minute. Janfusun Fancy Park entrance?
Yeah.
This is the entrance? What have we been walking through this whole time then?
It's like a whole resort. Like there's a museum we went by and stuff.
But they scanned our tickets to come in, so I thought we were in the main park. I'm really confused. Also, look, there's more of them. Oh my gosh. Not the American themed bird. What? So we spent all that time walking up, and now we gotta go down. We went up just to go down? What?
Rain park. It's, you know.
It is.
Part of the fun.
But I haven't seen a single ride yet.
Today is the most humid and hot day we've had since Tokyo.
I agree.
I am nasty right now. Like I am so sweaty. Ooh, B&M. I am
Oh.
so sweaty right now. It's not nice, and I think it's because of the incoming storm. The humidity is just through the frickin' roof.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when we were in Taipei, it was just fine.
I know. I'm like, I got too accustomed to that nice little breeze. Now it's gone.
And welcome to one of the park's 2 B&M coasters, Diving Machine G5, otherwise known as Oblivion.
Literally. And originally I thought it like didn't go underground at all, but it looks like it actually kind of does. Like it goes into some kind of tunnel.
Yeah, now what's cool about this ride is, at Alton Towers, this would be the ground level, right? But here, you can really see just like how much Alton Towers actually dug like underground to fit in this pullout. It is very, very impressive because this feels straight out of Alton Towers. But the fact that the supports are this high off the ground here, like I know it's on a mountain, but still, this is very, very bizarre to see. And also, there's the Floorless coaster right underneath. This view is stunning. And look at that, there's no one here.
So humid.
It is very, very humid.
God.
Here's our restraints. They put some sort of covering on them.
Yeah, they look a little ugh, but it's
Yeah,
alright.
they look like they need to be cleaned.
It's okay.
And here we go on fake Oblivion. It's real Oblivion, but fun fact for you, I don't know if you knew this was the second ever dive coaster by B&M to ever open.
I did know that.
Yeah. They did Oblivion first, and then Taiwan was like, we'll just take it. We'll just do the exact same thing.
I will say, the setting here is insanely cool.
So cool, so cool.
This is nuts.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with where they put this ride in. It's literally like on the edge of the cliff. You're gonna dive off the cliff.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. And again, I don't think we go fully underground, but we go into some kind of thing that has leaves around it. I saw that.
Okay, yeah, I guess
I don't
we'll
know
find
what it
out.
is.
This is our first ride, and it's a slow moving lift hill, and they just have the one train going, so it's not like Alton Towers that just has a million trains on this thing.
I kind of dig the purple and yellow.
Yeah, the colors are kind of cool.
It's fun. I like that.
I'm curious if this is gonna hold you for as short of a time period as
know.
Oblivion, because that is
It's like instant.
yeah, Oblivion just does not hold you for very long at all.
Here we go.
Wow, look at this.
Whoa, oh my God, this
Very,
view.
very cool.
Oh my God. this
Oh yeah,
view.
there is a tunnel.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It's there.
Look at that. Oh yeah, longer hold. Whoa! Woo! Nice.
Woohoo! Wow, we're like above all the
Woo!
trees.
Oh,
That's
man.
so crazy.
And that's it.
A dive coaster on a mountain.
That is cool.
Hello, that's cool.
That hold that it does was
Longer.
and that breeze felt incredible.
I know, it's so gross out. I am debating taking my water bottle and instead of drinking it, just pouring it all over. I'm gonna water everything, water my whole body.
Oh, that was good. No, I'm definitely
good.
glad that we got to experience this. You know, it's a bummer we won't be able to visit all the parks in Taiwan, but I'm very glad that we got to visit this one.
There's no way any of them are more insane as far as setting.
I don't know, Formosan looks pretty cool
I
too,
guess
but
that's
we'll have to do that another time.
You know, we've talked a lot about crappy operations on this trip. There's one ride operator over there, and she's doing a great job, you know? It's just as guests are coming in, she's checking their restraints and like sending out trains, honestly, pretty consistently. So I give her props. It is crazy how much you can see from down here. So this looks like a wave pool, definitely not filled with water at the moment. So I'm assuming that they have a water park here. Obviously the massive Ferris wheel and those great views of their Floorless coaster. And there's also a pathway here that looks like it winds right up against the main drop for diving machine. So that's pretty cool. I bet there's good views there. I also see what looks to be an S&S tower, and it's got one of those chickens on it. Right here next to Oblivion Station, that looks like where we take an escalator down to the bottom half of the park.
Yeah, this park is very like tiered. It reminds me of Tibidabo.
Yeah, how there's
little
multiple
bit.
levels. Or
Yeah.
Lisaberg, how you take escalators.
Yeah, no, literally.
And here we are on that bridge that goes right past Oblivion's sister coaster. There's the dive. That's way cool. Yeah, this is awesome. And there you can see their tunnel that they have goes right underneath us. All right, we're gonna start back down. If we are feeling extra spicy, we could slide down.
Well, we have too much stuff. I think if we didn't have cameras, we could do it.
Yeah,
But I doubt you're allowed to bring all
that's that right there.
That's cool.
What? Look at this.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow, that's like kind of spooky looking. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Whoa, would you look at this?
It's a Viking land.
Hey, we have How to Train Your Dragon at home.
Wow. Yeah, this is cute.
Who the crap is Vicky the Viking? Is this like a Taiwanese character? Honestly, probably is. I've certainly never heard of her. I'm more of a like Hagar the Horrible kind of person. I read that comic. Did you ever read Hagar the Horrible?
No, but I like Thor.
Oh, well, not quite the same thing, but all right. So we came inside to get some food as well as sit in AC. This is carbonara and some french fries. It's pretty solid, and that AC feels incredible.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not feeling great. It's that humid that I'm starting to feel kind of like nauseous, and this is nice to sit down.
Yeah, gotta drink lots of water, that's for sure.
Keeping with the theme of adorable food. Hello? That's so cute. This looks like a backstage area.
Yeah, there's literally like a car right there, and we just saw someone on like a moped go by.
Like, I mean, that's the coaster. This is the way it told you to go.
I think. Well, I don't know. I can't read. So another truck went by. This is definitely a road, and we could easily just go into this grassy area where there's track. So
I'm gonna say we're not in the park right now.
I am at this point pretty confident that we wandered into a backstage area completely on accident.
But like a million employees have gone by us and no one has said anything.
No one cares that we're here. It's really, really weird. So there's the station, and I don't see any guests over there. So, like, I was saying we should wait till film the cycle, but I don't think they're gonna send it. That's discouraging. Also, there's so many ants everywhere in this park. Ants. Just tons of them. I have no idea why. All right, so here's the culprit right here. This pathway leads to the backstage area.
It's wide open.
It's wide open. How on earth are we supposed to know not to go past this point? Like, this is where all the guests are walking around, and right here, that leads to backstage. No clue how we got
I
there.
translated it.
What does it say?
Emergency ambulance channel.
Oh, all right. Well, that would explain it then.
The culprit is us not knowing Chinese.
Whether or not we know Chinese, the bottom line is that should not be accessible to guests like that. Because any idiot, aka us, can just walk in there and you're that close to like a ride restricted area. Yeah, they had fences up, but where do we go? We just hit a dead end. Where the crap is that ride?
You have to take the train to get down there?
I have no idea. Ah, silly us. We were supposed to go through the restaurant downstairs. How on earth did they expect people to
To be
figure that out?
fair, I did suggest that originally. I said maybe we go down the steps here.
But the downstairs was not from a pathway. You had to go inside somewhere and then go downstairs.
why is this not? It's so hot. If this was open, I would go in all of my clothes right now. Like, not even joking.
Yeah, we're now officially in the water park. So wave pool right over there, splash house right there.
Wait, so you have to go in the water park to get to the coast?
I guess so. Yeah.
This is a weird layout. I mean, it's bound to be weird because it's literally on a cliffside.
Right.
Like, this is a little weird.
Finally, we made it. Floorless coaster. Ah, of course, we just had to go through Vicky the Viking's water park.
Duh.
Duh. Yeah, also the Ferris wheel is right over here. Sure enough, only one's here. That's where we were, all the way back there. Because we thought that's where the entrance was. We have the entire train to ourselves. And they do not assign rows. We can just sit wherever we want, which is very, very nice. Yeah, Japan was not like that at all.
Off we go on our second B&M of the day. This is Floorless Coaster, a really creative name.
Yeah, seriously, we have dive machine and floorless coaster.
They took things quite literally here. So we're about to go through several different versions. I see a vertical loop, we got 2 corkscrews, interlocking, and it's in a really cool location. We have like the valley off to our right and the mountains to our left.
So this is like a totally custom layout, right? Like,
This is a
doesn't look
custom
familiar.
ride.
Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't look like anything that I have seen.
No, definitely not.
So I know there's like clones of like, okay, Medusa / Bizarro out there. And I'm like,
Right,
is
right.
that?
No, this is
it's
not one of them. So this should be cool. I have not seen a POV of this ride, so I'm not even sure. Like, I don't even know if it has a mid-course or not, or like
No,
what the
but we
deal is.
saw it from the backstage area.
Yeah, I've seen it's done like 1 cycle today at all.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. Whoa! Nice. That's a straight drop, not a curved one.
I like it.
Oh, a little shaky. Yeah, it's one of the shaky B&Ms.
That's all right. So it was built the last year?
I don't know when this was built. Oh.
Where's my pit dominator?
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
All right. And that is it.
That's a shaky John.
That is probably the shakiest B&M floorless coaster I've ever done. That was, yeah, that is not running that great.
That is an experience.
It's a solid layout though, so
Yeah.
obviously no mid-course.
Yeah.
I thought the inversions were pretty good. It would definitely run better if it was a full train, but we are the only ones on the train.
Yeah.
And that's how it's gonna be all day, guaranteed.
That's all right. I've just come to terms with it.
Yeah, we are just glad that we got to experience it.
Yeah, that's true. So since literally nobody else is here today, the only way to get any off-ride footage of this thing is to just send Taylor around a bunch of times. So if you look closely, he'll be the only person on every train for all of our footage for this. Ride number 3, you doing okay, buddy?
I just slammed my head on the last turn. This thing's nasty. Like, it does not run well at all.
Rip.
Probably the worst, like, the way that the train hugs the track, at least on a B&M coaster, the worst I've seen.
Jeez, all right.
It's not good.
Well, have a fun ride again. Oh, he doesn't look particularly happy right now, so I'm gonna say he didn't like it. Nope, that's a no.
So after 2 more rides on Floorless Coaster, I think that is the worst B&M I've ever done.
Even more than the one at Six Flags America, Firebird.
I don't like that one either, but
I think that's way worse.
I think this runs worse. Like this has objectively a better layout than it, but I have never seen a B&M run that rough. Like the whole thing shakes. I tried front and back, and it is like violent at times. You smash your head. I was like I'm shocked how that runs. It is awful.
So right here, the sign says the name of the ride is Floorless Coaster. But then right here on the sign, it says Crazy Coaster. And frankly, I don't think it's talking about any other ride here. Like
Well,
that.
you know what?
It's
The Chinese part might be what says Crazy Coaster, and then it says in English Floorless Coaster underneath. That's my guess.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's it.
Okay. And now we play the game of, is it closed or is there just no one here to ride it? I can't tell. I can't tell with most of these. Look at all the puppies.
They look like they're also melting.
I don't know what the point of this is, but anyways, we're gonna ride the Happy Ferris wheel.
Hey, I will be happy if it has air conditioning. And there's no air conditioning in here.
Nice views up there, but when we were at the top, we could look out and see all of the park and how there's no other guests on these pathways. I think we're genuinely the only people left.
Yeah, I think everybody's gone. I mean, there's a couple of factors at play. One, it's a Monday, and I think school is back in session. So this is technically like the off season, I guess.
Yeah, that would explain why the other groups that we saw here were like school kids. They're probably here on like a trip.
Yes, like a back to school thing. And then also because like we said, there is a really big typhoon coming the next 2 days. So people might be evacuating these areas because like the further south you are, the more it's going to impact. So maybe like compared to the parks further up north, this is just really dead. Or maybe people just don't like this park, which is weird because I think it's pretty cool.
All right, the kids coaster is cycling. That is a win. So it is 4:25 right now. Some of the lines here close at 4:30 because they are like, yeah, we need to make sure we dump the queues, which as you can see, oh man, that could take some time. So yeah, we're gonna hop on this thing hopefully before they close it. This is where all of those funny little statues are. Every single one of them is in this land.
Okay, this homegirl, every one of her that I've seen, she looks annoyed.
Yeah, she's in the same pose every single time.
I know.
What is this one? The blue baby?
It's kind of huge.
Cool. Oh, and it feels so nice.
So much better.
Air conditioned.
Yeah.
Oh, it's two levels?
Yeah.
Wow.
Triple decker carousel. It
Triple
looks like
decker?
only one is open, but yeah.
Yeah, the middle level's open. And here is our train. Look, it's got the duck thing on the back.
Say hi to our new duck friend back here.
Is he a beagle or a duck?
I don't know what he is. Oh look, we're outside now. Whoa. This is actually like a pretty big ride. And it's got some janky turns, that's for sure. It has some fast moments as well as some like really slow parts, even though it's powered the whole way through. Yeah, that part was really slow. Oh. Every time it hits one of those turns, you just go, whoa. I don't know. Yeah. It's a Zamperla too, like. And we're back inside. But do we go again? I think so. Nice.
Whee! Oh,
Brace
God.
yourself. Here it comes. Pretty decent sized layout here.
Yeah, nice.
That's pretty good.
Accomplished.
That's pretty good. It's a little janky, but somehow it is not as janky as one of the B&M coasters.
That's true.
Who would have thought the jankiest ride in the park would be a B&M?
They have a lot of information in here about dinosaurs. Like, each of these areas just has a different dinosaur on it. Why is dinosaurs like the go-to for theme parks? It's like, what should we theme it to? Dinosaurs or pirates?
Dinosaurs are cool.
They are cool. It's just funny how like so many theme parks just go for dinosaurs, although it seems like Jan Fusen went for something just a little bit weirder for the rest. I see a huge ball pit like play area for the kids. I bet that's fun. And then the Janfusun Museum. That's where all the dinosaurs come from, for sure. But once again, I don't see any other guests here. It's just us and a couple of employees. It's very, very creepy. Is that freaking Jack Jack?
There's something like discouraging about being at an amusement park that is supposed to be happy and colorful and lively, but instead it's just eerie and like kind of off-putting when
Very dystopian, but again, I really do think it's because of the typhoon, because I just saw employees like covering stuff up, and you can see over here they have tape on the windows, which is like a thing that you can do to help like not have your glass shatter. So I think that's what's going on. I really do.
Yeah, I hope it's not like this all the time, but as for our experience,
Well,
it's
weird.
weird. It reminds me of like I've been to some dead malls before where it's like the mall is technically open, but all of the stores have closed. And
Yeah.
that's what this reminds me of.
See?
This might be our final attraction of the day. We're doing
Yeah.
the S&S Tower.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, there's 2 sides to it, but only one side's open. Why would you need 2?
I guess this is the shot one.
Yeah, I think we're about to shoot up.
Okay, let's go.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Whoa!
Oh, that feels amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that breeze feels incredible.
Oh my gosh. That is so nice right now.
Nice view of the B&Ms too.
Yeah.
Too short of a cycle. I wish this was a combo tower, so after you shoot up, you then drop.
Oh yeah, that would be nice, but you know.
Yeah, I'm guessing the other side is drop.
Here's an attraction I don't think we're going to be getting to today. VR Dino. There's a ton of dinosaurs out here. They also have the universal Jaws shark. I see a T-Rex and what looks to be one of those Omni-Mover ball attractions that you have from Jurassic World. And Mr. T-Rex right there.
So at this point, we're pretty sure the park is closed.
It's hard to tell.
It is completely hard to tell. Yeah. So we're making our way back up to the top. But we successfully rode the 3 roller coasters here, which frankly, the past several parks we've been to, we've been unsuccessful with riding all the roller coasters. Even like Kijima-Kogen, our final park in Japan, we did not get on all the roller coasters there. Liufu Village, obviously, we didn't ride the impulse coaster. So it was nice to be 3 for 3.
That's true. Yeah. Hopefully, when we hit our next parks, which I guess at this point will be in Hong Kong, we are successful there as well.
Yeah, definitely. So, very interesting place. I like it more than Discovery World. I don't think it's as nice as Lufu Village, but I do like a lot of aspects of this park. I just wish there were more people here. Like, I actually wish it was more crowded.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect to walk in today thinking that the Oblivion clone was the best ride here. But I really think it is.
Oh, for sure. Like, the Floorless coaster was not good.
I thought that was going to be the best ride here, though. I was
Yeah.
excited. Custom Floorless coaster, I mean, those are usually good.
And the layout is good. It's just not a comfortable ride. That's the bottom line.
Okay, now we're confused. All the signs say exit this way, but we came from over there. I guess we just follow the signs, but I have no idea where this is going to take us. When we went in, we went like up and around, and I guess this is just way more gradual.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I mean,
You're a disaster today.
yeah.
You know, I've been to a lot of countries that offer like crazy mountainous views like this. I'd say Taiwan specifically reminds me of French Polynesia and a bit of Colombia, like just in the way that they're shaped. Everything's just very, very green and is beautiful. That's for sure.
And so that does it for our day. And unless a miracle happens, that concludes the Taiwan portion of our trip.
Yeah, that's a bummer. But such is life. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that it is a smart move because here's the thing. If we stuck around, there's a very good chance that it still would be the last park of our Taiwan trip. Because if a storm is hitting on Wednesday and it's going to go into Thursday, then likely parks aren't going to open until Friday, which is when our flight was booked for.
So there's a very good chance that if we stuck around, the 2 parks that we haven't done yet wouldn't even be open regardless.
I highly doubt it.
The parks that we visited certainly had some personality. I would say of the 3, Lufu Village is
That was the winner.
The best themed for sure. The best rides? I don't know. That's a toss-up. Maybe this park? Best flume was at Lufu Village. How about that?
Yeah.
It was either that or the Volcano Adventure one.
They're both cool.
I'll tell you what, though. All the parks had some great scenery.
Yes.
Like, they're all just, like, right there in the mountains. And that is so cool.
I think the energy would be a lot better on like a normal non-prep for a hurricane day. So
It's tough to say, though, because, like, some of those Japanese parks that I've been to, even, like, going there in 2019 and back in 2024, they're still just dead. So, like, I don't know what
Tough
kind of
to say.
attendance some of these places do.
Tough
It
to
might
say.
not be that different.
After a couple hours of traveling, we have arrived at our hotel. Welcome to the 4 Points by Sheraton, right near the Hong Kong airport.
yeah, we had to book this like 3 hours ago because remember, typhoon.
And
So everything had to change.
yeah, we got out like just in time. When I say just in time, I mean the typhoon's gonna strike in like 4 hours.
Yeah. We made the call like while we were at Discovery World, and then like throughout like our travels during the day, it was like being on our phone while also trying to take in what was around us, but also like booking flights, and then logistically like what can we replace these days with? Like where can we stay? How do we get around? And here we are. And our plans have obviously changed. We're still gonna do Ocean Park and Hong Kong Disney, but not first.
Yeah, so with the loss of Formosan Aboriginal Village and the EDA theme park in Taiwan, we said, what can we replace them with? We gotta come up with something pretty cool. So an hour bullet train from Hong Kong would take us to the Chinese city of Guangzhou, home to Dueling Dragons. Open in like 2019. You have one side that's inverted, one side that's above the track. We're gonna go to Guangzhou Sunac Land. And then the next day, our plan is to go to Chimelong Paradise, which is the other Chimelong Park. We already announced we're going to go to Chimelong Ocean Kingdom. That will be one of the last stops. But turns out we're going to a different Chimelong Park first. Who would have thought?
So we're doing 3 technically?
Technically 3.
Because the
Yeah.
spaceship.
The spaceship park, yeah. So technically 3 Chimelong
You know
parks.
what
That's wild.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it's called Spaceship, but it has nothing to do with space.
It's a sea park. It's like
Yes,
SeaWorld.
But it's called Spaceship.
Well, the outside looks like a spaceship.
But it's not themed to space.
I think the hotel's themed to space.
I thought it was going to be about aliens.
Nope. Anyways, so yeah, that is our plan. So we're right near the airport, like 10 p.m. We're gonna be up bright and early so we can head to Guangzhou. The one thing that will make this experience very interesting, besides the fact that we've never been to China, is that we are here during Golden Week, which is the very busy week-long holiday where all of China travels around to do fun stuff, and so I do not expect these parks to be dead, which
No.
I think they normally would be.
I am afraid that it's going to be like the day where we tried to ride Asia's oldest roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
And then we just hit the massive parades and we were just gridlocked. I'm afraid it's going to be like
Yeah.
that everywhere.
So I wonder if, because these parks are normally dead, if like
There'll just be a normal level of
yes,
crowded.
if they're busy is just like a normal level of crowds where it's like, all right, this line is like 15 minutes, this line is 20 minutes. So I don't know. This will be a learning experience for all of us, but I can already tell you that I don't recommend going during Golden Week, and that is without actually experiencing anything during Golden Week. I just know that it's going to be an experience, but we are not here during Golden Week by choice. It just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, and before anybody says anything, because I already foresee, I've started to read y'all's minds before you even say anything. We thought about doing Night Valley, we thought about doing Wood Coaster, but we've talked to people, there's a 0 chance it's going to be open. And if there is any slight chance, it's probably going to be on the one day that we don't go, you know, like it's just how it is.
Yeah, we've heard that thing is like just nothing. And the other part that we thought about was Happy Valley Shenzhen, but there was that incident recently on their SNS launch coaster.
It was actually a year ago.
Yeah.
Almost to the day.
Really? That long ago? Wow. So
I know, time is weird. Like
apparently the coaster is still closed. And so if it was open, we would go do that. But it is supposedly not. So that's why we're going to bypass Shenzhen, even though that is closer, so that we can just go straight to Guangzhou.
That's crazy. I cannot believe we're going to be in mainland China tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
I'm a little spooked.
I am too. It's a little intimidating, but I feel pretty confident. I feel like we've done the research.
It's not because of the people. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. I'm not like threatened by like just your average Chinese person or anything like that. It's strictly because everything is different there for what we are used to as far as being able to like use our phones freely and like, you know, just punch stuff into the GPS. Like I was searching, you know, like trying to look up directions of how to get from one place to another, and it's not available. It just says directions not available on everything. I think when we get there, we can use Apple Maps, right?
Yeah, driving directions are available. So our plan is, once we get the main station in Guangzhou, we're just going to take an Uber, which Uber is great over there from what I understand, but we have to do it all through the Alipay app. So this is like basically an all-in-one app that you use for going around China. So
this is not an ad, by the way. This is just the truth.
This is just how it is. You use it to pay for everything. You like load your credit card into this app to do tap to pay. You can book train tickets on there, which is what we did. You can call Uber, which over here is called Didi, D-I-D-I, and everything is also going to be relatively cheap compared to what we're used to. So it's just a lot of differences. You know?
That's true. We did get this really, really nice hotel room for a very, very cheap price, which I'm not mad about.
Yeah, but Taiwan was like that too.
Yeah.
So I guess to end things out, the Taiwan portion of our trip, I know.
Sad.
I'm very satisfied with the things that we got to experience. Like the 3 parks we had fun at. We enjoyed the different things they had to offer.
It was just a little annoying to have like that added layer of things to pay attention to, because we're already balancing like taking in the park and enjoying it, but also working the entire time. But also you add the layer of, we have to like, you know, try to figure out how to evacuate before a massive storm comes. It's just a lot.
Yeah, so the Taiwan portion of our trip has been kind of a mess. The only thing that went smoothly was sightseeing around Taipei.
And Lifu Village.
Lifu, yeah, I know. Rip the Intamin though.
But like that day went smooth.
Yes,
that was good.
But you know what? We got like a lot of rides on Gravity Max, and that worked out. We got Jan Fusen to ourselves. So you know, I'm very glad that we got to experience those 3 parks, and maybe one day we'll be back for the other 2. Who knows?
I just hope
never say never.
I just hope everyone who is still in Taiwan is safe and sound during the storm.
Oh, for sure. So anyways, we hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and of course, make sure to stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios, and we'll see you next time.
On the next episode of Coasting Through Asia, Coaster Studios has made it to mainland China. I am a little unsettled. I'm scared. And we're going to attempt to ride both sides of China's famous dueling coaster, Dueling Dragons.
If one side is acting up, then they will actually switch. I'm not gonna lie, if that happened, I think I'd freak out a little.
And get our first real taste of a Chinese theme park.
Whee!
So I just keep going and see if the guy comes running after me? And it's all coming up next.